Okay, you give me you just tell me when.
We are now live.
Good evening, everyone. Before we begin the meeting, I need to read the governor's orders. This meeting is recorded by video and audio in accordance with the state open meeting law. Consistent with the governor's orders suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law and banning gatherings of more than 10 people, this meeting will be conducted by remote participation. If you are calling in on a phone, you can press *9 to request to speak. If you are watching on a computer or device, there is a raise hand button that you can tap or press to request to speak. Please use either of these options during oral communications to be recognized to speak. Welcome, everyone. Drew, thank you. My name is Bob Ryan, Chairman of the Traffic Commission. With us this evening, other commission members, we have Mr. Mike Mulcahy, Mr. Mike Mitchell, Mr. Michael Williams, 3 Michaels, and we have a Drew White. Good evening, Drew.
How's it going?
Good. All votes in adjournment must be taken by a roll call this evening. Anyone from the public, please provide your name and your address. We will begin with the items on the agenda. We will be talking only about the items on the agenda for this evening's meeting. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the February 18th, 2021 meeting. And I believe everyone should have gotten a copy of it to read over prior to tonight. Can we have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion, Chairman.
I will second that motion.
Second. Okay, roll call, Mike. Michael Mulcahy.
Yes.
We have 3 mics. That's great. Go ahead.
Bob Ryan,
Yes.
Michael Williams,
Yes.
Drew White,
Yes.
Mike Mitchell.
Yes.
Okay. It's unanimous. Next item on the agenda, amend the Gloucester Code of Ordinance, Section 22-287, disabled veteran handicap parking by adding 269 East Main Street. For the benefit of Lieutenant Williams and Drew, this was before us at our last meeting. 269 East Main Street is between the Gloucester Stage Company, the Last Stop Variety. It's the house right in between. It was declined last time. I'm not sure if anybody was out there speaking for the requester. I'm not sure if Shannon Muse is here this evening. Councilor Holgram, are you here? Brian, can you tell if there's anybody else on?
We do have 2 attendees, Olympia57@comcast.net and Marianne Boucher.
Boucher, yeah, okay. Okay,
And Marianne just raised her hand.
okay. Okay, Marianne, go ahead.
Hi, thank you. Mary Ann Boucher, 93 Mount Pleasant Avenue. I just wanted to say, I don't know if there would be more people on here, but I just went into the Gloucester website and noticed that there's an extra number 8 on the Zoom ID. And I figured it out that it only should have been 1 number 8 to get into the meeting. When you try to put the 2 8s in, it will not let you in. So if anyone was going to be here in regards to any of these items, maybe they cannot get in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Marianne.
You're welcome.
Okay, discussion on adding 269 East Main Street. Mike Mulcahy?
As we discussed last time, it's a tough location with the Gloucester Stage Company right there. They already have a couple spaces as is, and it's a very tight area, as most people who've driven through there know. Adding 1 more space, I think is going to remove parking for somebody else, or it's going to interfere with the store. I know, wasn't Jen Holgram supposed to talk to us about, getting it approved, or there was some more information that we
Yes.
didn't have from the last time.
Right, exactly, yeah. Lieutenant Williams, would you like to comment on the location?
Yeah, Chairman, I checked out the location earlier today. I'm familiar with the location. I'm pretty pleased with what the commission decided last time they met. I don't find it necessary at this time, just because the impact it would have on the adjacent store and, you know, the rest of the neighborhood. It is pretty tight over there to begin with.
Okay, thank you.
I
Drew-
know wasn't there a discussion the last time we were gonna talk to Gloucester Stage Company, see if she could use one of the spaces, since they're not really doing a lot over there.
Right,
One of the spaces they already have.
yeah, okay. Drew, would you like to comment?
My only concern was last time, I just want to clarify, I believe they said those 2 Gloucester stage spaces were temporary, just for when they're doing shows. I'm not sure if I'm correct in that.
That is correct.
All right, my only concern was if she's looking for, if making one of them potentially permanent, one would be permanent, one would be temporary, just when they have shows.
Right,
Because as I understand it, she doesn't have a handicap parking spot unless there's a show going on, in
right,
which case those spaces would be occupied. However, if we made one permanent at all times, she could use it as well as stage company.
okay, okay. Mike
Not,
Mitchell,
not unreasonable.
okay.
Yeah, I
Okay,
ran into Jen after the last meeting. She asked about it, and I said, if you want to bring it back, we can further discuss it.
okay, okay,
I'd hate to not give our due diligence to a disabled vet, that's all. So if I think what Drew was saying is pretty decent accommodation, if it can work out or not, you know?
okay. Yeah, as we discussed at the last meeting, I think everyone knows, and for the sake of Lieutenant Williams and Drew, it's a narrow area. We have Mount Pleasant funneling into East Main Street. We have 3 businesses there. We have the Gloucester Stage Company, Last Stop Variety, and Dr. Pierce's office. The requester has a driveway and parking at the back of her home. And I'm of the opinion that I just don't think it's a good location to put a handicap space there. Drew, I agree with you. If something can be worked out with the stage company next door, so be it. And we talked about that last time. Can we have a motion? Mike, would someone like to make a motion either to accept or reject? All right, I'll make a motion then. All right, I make a motion that we not grant the request for 269 East Main Street.
I'll second that, Chairman.
Thank you. Okay. Roll call, Mike?
Bob Ryan,
Yes.
Mike Williams,
Yes.
Drew White,
Yes.
and Mike Mitchell.
Yes.
Okay,
And I'm with a yes, so
okay. So
unanimous
again,
to decline.
so that's to decline. Okay. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is amend the Gloucester Code of Ordinance, section 22-287, disabled veteran handicap parking by deleting 56 Warner Street. Again, this came up back in October. Councilor Cox asked that we remove the handicap space at 56 Warner Street. The parties that requested it years ago, I'm guessing 6-7 years ago, one of the 2 individuals in the home have passed about a month ago. The other resident, his wife, is still living there and the space is being utilized. I'm of the opinion to leave it. She's using it. She's legally blind and she has congestive heart failure. And for the newer members of the commission, these spaces are for the general public. When a requester comes in at a specific address like 56 Warner Street, it's not specifically for 56 Warner Street. It's anybody on the street that has a handicap placard. Again, I'm of the opinion the requester is utilizing it. Her daughter, the placard, and I'd like to clarify this as well. The placard goes with the individual, not the vehicle. So her daughter does the shopping. She goes with her daughter shopping. The daughter pulls into the handicap spot. the mother's placket is put onto into the windshield, and that's legal. Okay, Mike Mulcahy, you want to comment?
If the resident there is still using the space, it still requires a space, I don't see a need to remove it at this time
Right.
until she decides not to, or doesn't need that extra help.
Okay, okay, okay. Drew, would you like to comment?
No, I'd agree with Mike on that. She's still using it. I don't see a need to remove it yet.
Okay, thank you. Lieutenant Williams?
Chairman, I've been over there last couple of weeks working, they're replacing sidewalks. I'm familiar with the location. It is being used. I'm in favor of keeping it.
Okay, thank you. Mike Mitchell? Oh, he's being, okay,
I'm in favor as well.
okay. Can we have a motion to keep the space as is?
I make a motion that we keep the space as is.
Can we get a second?
I'll second it, Chairman.
Okay. Michael, roll call?
Bob,
Yes.
Mike Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mike Williams,
Yes,
Drew White,
Yes.
and I'm a yes myself.
Okay, that carries unanimously. Next item and last item on the agenda for this evening is amend the Gloucester Code of Ordinance 22-287 disabled veteran handicap parking by deleting Knowlton Square. That space it's on the corner of Knowlton Square and Washington Street. Melissa Cox had emailed me asking that it be removed. There's a new individual at 197 Washington Street. And it was asked that we remove it. And again, I emailed back to Melissa Cox explaining that that space is for that street. It's not specific to 197 Washington Street. I go by there nearly every day. There's a black Ford Escape parked there. And again, it's being utilized. Lieutenant Williams, you probably observe it as well. It's fully utilized. I don't see a need to replace it or remove it.
yes,
Lieutenant
Chairman.
Williams?
Yes, Chairman, I just went by there about 4:30. There was a black Ford, I believe it was an escape park there.
Yep.
And it is being used.
Yes, okay, okay. Mike
But
Mulcahy?
wasn't that the space that we had installed there? We had issues about where the location was and stuff, and we got it put in there.
Yes.
It was
yes,
quite a
yes,
few years
no.
ago.
Yes, it was, Michael. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Drew, would you like to comment?
I mean, no, I haven't seen that space, but if it's being used, it's no need to remove it.
Okay. All right. Mike Mitchell? Mike is muted again.
You might be a little busy at the Y.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm at T-ball practice. Give me 2 seconds. I apologize.
Okay. All right, we're talking, okay.
So a lot of our meetings usually end up going like this. We go pretty quick, except for like what our last meeting was that 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes on our last one. That was a long one.
It was quite a bit. I'd like to take this
Yeah, I'm
Mike
sorry. I'm here.
Mitchell.
I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, we're voting on, or discussing the Knowlton Square handicap parking space. Would you like to
That's
comment on it?
I know. No comment from me. I'm sorry.
Okay, can we have a motion?
I'll make the motion. We keep the space as is.
Okay. I'll second. Okay, can we have a roll call vote, Mike Mulcahy?
Yeah, hold on. All right, Bob Ryan,
Yes.
Mike Mitchell,
Yes.
Mike Williams,
yes.
Drew White,
Yes.
and myself is a yes.
Okay, again, the order carries unanimously. I'd just like to take this opportunity, welcome aboard Drew, and also Mike Williams, welcome aboard. Look forward to working with you going forward. Again, two items or two ordinance, we handle handicap parking throughout the city and also stop intersections. They don't go to the council. All those requests go to the city clerk, from the city clerk directly to us. We are brought in on other items, no parking, residential parking, 15-minute parking, periodically we're brought in, but we've received a memo, and I think all the board members received it as well, from the city solicitor, Chip Payson. Just a couple items. All we are put on the commission by the mayor, and anything that comes to us going forward will channel through the mayor's office as well. As you know, there's been a lot of controversy with the 11 Webster Street location, and there's a somewhat of a gag order. We're not at liberty to discuss anything at this time due to litigation, but I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. We've been asked not to discuss it, and, until such time litigation is settled. Any other comments? Anything else anybody would like to inject? Having none, can we have a motion to adjourn?
I
make-
make a motion, we adjourn.
Can we get a second?
I'll
Seconded.
second.
Okay, Michael Mulcahy, roll call?
All right, Bob,
Yes.
Mike Mitchell,
Yes.
Mike Williams,
Yes.
Drew White,
Yes.
and yes for myself.
Okay, that wraps it up for this evening. Thank you for your time, everyone. Brian Hamilton, thank you for your assistance this evening.
Hey, guys, I'm sorry about that a scheduling conflict there with the kids. Won't
That's not a
happen again.
problem.
Appreciate you working with me. First T-ball practice.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Not a problem.
All right, good night. Good night, everyone.
night.
Good
All
night.
right.
Thank you.
Nice seeing everybody.